Hey, this is Prometheus giving you the final breakdown of my Steelers playbook. I'm going to be using an empty set, gun empty tray out of the Steelers formation. I'm not a real big person or big a player or user of empty sets, primarily because I always want a threat of the run. But I figured I'd break this down because I've had a request by a few subscribers to do something a little bit differently, such as an empty set. I always want to kind of give my opponent the impression that I'm going to have a running back in formation. So I'm going to go ahead and make a switch to halfback slot and put Le'Veon Bell at my running back position. Let's take a look at the audible. All right, so what I like about this particular formation is the audible set. The audibles are very well complemented to the areas of the field that you want to attack. Starting with a stick route where I'll be able to go ahead and attack the right side and the left side. I've got a post, a dual post on the left-hand side. I can actually use a streak post concept to be able to hit inside the seam. And then I have the option route. I've got an out route and an up route for the stick on the right-hand side. On the left, the next audible, which is double slot cross, is nice. It's got a neat little inside post route by the outside receiver on the left-hand side, and then I've got basically two dragging wide receivers, so I like that. The play I really like is the go wide shake. This play, I had a guy play me early in the season that used this as his base play, and it was killing me underneath with the tight end shake route. And then destroyed me through the seams with those seam routes. So I'm going to try to focus on this play and use that as part of my scheme. And then finally, I've got smash. I've got corner routes on each different side of the field. I've got hitch routes. This is actually a good way to go ahead and attack my opponent in different areas of the field. Now, my base play I'm going to run with, and looking at some of the base plays, you could do the strong flood to be able to attack the right side, but I want to make my opponent force him to actually go ahead and respect the screen route. So that's going to be my base play. Basically my base play is going to be the wide receiver screen. This is a supplement to any kind of passing route that you would have. You could go ahead and complement this one route over here and put it into a drag to give you a quick read to see whether it's man or zone. And all you're really going to do is just going to go ahead and rifle that ball right down the middle, be able to pick up easy yards to the left hand or to the right hand side is your base play. Another thing you could do is you could put a couple more defender or a couple other wide receivers in the area. Go ahead and go with the same attack, and as you can see, the blocking is really good. Just a base play, it's a harassment play for the opponent will be forced to have to defend. So let's take a look at the next play. All right, so the first play that we're going to look at in the audible is the stick, and I love how this stick play is set up. I really only want to make one adjustment. I'm going to go ahead and take my running back Bell and put him on a streak, so I actually have a slant streak combination over here, giving me an easy read off to the right-hand side. I could make another adjustment and take Bryant and put him in a flat as another quick adjustment. And basically my reads are going to be from left to right, or really I can pretty much focus on either one of the sides of the field. But with Wheaton, really all I'm going to do is going to go ahead and see if the defender follows him. If he doesn't, Bell should clear out that zone. It should be a fairly easy completion right there, as you can see, because the zone is open wide up. Conversely, I've got the other side of the field to be able to hit. Now this is a goal line situation, so it's probably not going to be something that's going to be very common. This looks like it's a 5-2-3 type formation, but really you've got this little unique option route. It falls into nice little zones, and it will be able to beat your opponent up. And that's what I like about this play, is that it's actually going to go ahead and hit in certain areas of the field that is going to force your opponent to defend against it. So this is a nice little option to be able to hit underneath. Let's take a look at the next audible. All right, so the next play we're going to be looking at is going to be a double slot cross. And this basically is a mesh concept where you've got two wide receivers doing drag routes going opposite direction each other. I like to use this play to actually focus on the left side of the field. I'm going to go ahead and make one adjustment. I'm going to go ahead and take my running back or the number 4 wide receiver and put him on in a flat route. And my read is going to be that route right there with the flat route with the running back. I'm going to go ahead and see if the running back gets followed. If he doesn't, I'm going to go either check up to this wide receiver doing this nice little post route, or I'm going to go ahead and check down to that route and then I actually have a crossing route underneath to be able to hit over the middle with that. So it's kind of a levels concept, but I've got kind of a concept that is going to be able to go ahead and hit to the left side. So as you can see right here, this is kind of a risky throw, but I was able to go ahead and attack that left side of the field. But I've got also the tight end, which actually is coming across in another high level, and I just kind of threw that ball into the defender. It was forcing that ball in there. But this is just another play that you can use in this scheme. As you can see right here, the tight end is wide open with that blitz right there. So let's take a look at the next play. All right, so the play that really gets me excited about this formation is the go Y shake. And the reason why is because of that shake route by the tight end. I played against an opponent earlier in the Madden season. He destroyed me with this play, setting me up for deep balls, forcing me to try to defend this Y shake. Now the adjustment I like to do is I like to go ahead and make a comeback route on the left-hand side with the outside receiver so I can actually have something that will abuse man coverage and fag defense. Really all I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and look at the read immediately with the tight end. If the tight end is open right away, I'll go ahead and take that. If there's a defender in an area, I usually will be able to go ahead and make a play with the tight end because he'll get in front. What I like about this play is that your opponent actually has to defend the seams because if they start going into some kind of coverage underneath, it's going to cause a lot of problems because that crossing route is just basically going to go ahead and eat up the under. You're able to get seam passes against your opponent because he has to defend against that shake route by the tight end. So I really like this play. It's going to be a play that I'll try to utilize against my opponent to make him respected. It's just really, really unique, and if you complement all the right routes, you can definitely pick up some big and easy yards against your opponent. So let's take a look at the final play. And the last play we're going to look at in this formation is going to be smash. And basically this is going to be a complement to the wide receiver screen because usually your opponent with a screen play will have to go into some kind of man coverage to be able to make sure he gets defenders in the area and they don't get picked up on blocks. What I like to do is take either side of the hitch routes, and I like to complement the following. I like to go ahead and take the hitch route. It could be on the right side if I choose to do so, but I like to go ahead and take the hitch route on the right side and like to make it a deep hitch route, and then take the inside receiver that's on the side of the hitch route and put him on a drag route. That's going to give me an automatic read to see if I've got man coverage or if I've got zone coverage. If it's man, I'm going to get a wide open wide receiver. Do the same thing right here. It looks like it's zone, so I got to check down underneath to be able to go ahead and hit with the dragging wide receiver. Conversely, I can take the concept and put it on the right-hand side and take a look at the reads. As you can see right here, against certain zone coverages, you can get the ball off really quick. And then you've got these wide receivers that are going to be going underneath on those little routes like that. So it's really going to force your opponent to actually defend a lot of certain areas in the field, and it's nice play to use in this scheme. You know, as far as the coverages that are involved in it. So I hope you like this particular scheme. This is going to be the third scheme that I built out of the Steelers playbook, and you saw how I selected the formations I went with. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and do a live online game so you can see how well these schemes work. They don't always work the way I plan. I know that the most recent gameplay that I've posted recently was the Saints, and the scheme didn't work as well as I wanted it to. Could have been part of the team, but the scheme didn't work as efficient as I want. So go ahead, stay tuned, see my full game Friday. You're probably going to pick up some really good tips, and you'll also see how I pick my plays. Once again, I really appreciate all my subscribers. If you're new to my channel and you like tips like this, if you've actually sat through this entire tutorial, you probably need to subscribe if you're not already, because you're going to pick up some really good tips from me based on some of the things that I've learned over the many, many years I've been playing John Madden football. So thanks a lot. I really appreciate your support. Until next time.